If you're a parent navigating the world of special education, it can seriously feel like you've been handed a map with no roads on it. So today, we're going to dive into a practical guide that's designed to help you draw those roads yourself, turning a simple workbook into a totally personalized, powerful directory for your family. Right from the start, this guide hits you with a feeling that, wow, so many parents know all too well. The author, Candace, puts this right up front. It's this honest look at the emotional side of the journey, and it kind of creates this immediate connection, letting you know that what you're feeling is real, it's valid, and you are absolutely not alone in this. But out of that uncertainty, a mission was born. So let's get into the personal story that actually sparked the creation of this whole resource directory. It's a journey that goes from feeling completely lost to becoming a really powerful advocate.
So when Candace's son was diagnosed at 3 years old, she was thrown right into the deep end of assessments and these things called individualized education programs, or IEPs. And going through all that, she had this huge realization. A lot of parents just had no idea that their kids are legally entitled to a free and appropriate public education. And here's the kicker. These supports, they aren't just favors the school is doing. They are federally mandated requirements.
But beyond the school system, there's an even bigger, more profound worry that drives this whole mission. It's that deep, gut-level parental instinct, right? The need to know that your child will be safe, secure, and cared for long after you're gone. And that's really what's at the heart of this guide, building a real plan for their long-term well-being and financial security.
Okay, so how do you even start building a plan like that? The whole system of resources can feel like a jumbled, confusing mess. This next part is all about taking that confusing landscape and turning it into a clear, straight path you can actually follow.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? When you're just staring at this massive sea of websites and agencies and all these acronyms, just the thought of where to begin can feel completely paralyzing. It's a feeling that honestly stops a lot of people right in their tracks.
So this guide flips that challenge on its head. It reframes it as your mission. Your goal is to become an effective navigator. This isn't about trying to know everything all at once. Nope. It's about taking action, building your own personalized directory so you can master the specific support systems that are available right there in your own community. All right, let's get to our first practical step. Before you can really zero in on local help, it's super helpful to get a bird's eye view. We're going to look at some major national organizations that are fantastic launching pads for your search. Okay. This is where it gets really useful. The guide points you to big hubs like the Autism Society. They have this amazing online database called Autism Source where you can literally just plug in your zip code. Then you've got Easter Seals, and they have these state autism profiles with specific info on services right in your state. These are such powerful first moves to narrow down that huge sea of information.
And hey, don't sleep on the federal government's tools either. There's the Administration for Community Living, or ACL, which can link you directly to your State Council on Developmental Disabilities. And over on US.gov, there's a Benefit Finder tool. You just answer a few simple questions, and it helps you figure out what financial benefits might be out there for you.
Okay, so once you have those big national starting points, that's when you start to build the single most critical tool for your family. This is your own personalized local directory, your map.
And this is such a crucial mindset shift. You're not just collecting a bunch of phone numbers here. You are actively, intentionally building a network, a support system that's tailored exactly to what your family needs. This becomes your system.
And to keep you from getting overwhelmed, the whole process is broken down into 4 totally manageable steps. 1. Find your state's main disability portal. 2. Find local chapters and support groups. 3. Write down the key contact info for each one. And 4. Put it all together in the template. Simple, clear, and you can actually do it. And here's what that actually looks like when you do it. This is a filled-out example. And you can see, it's not just the name of the organization, it's who you need to talk to. Maria Chen. It's what they do. Parent support, referrals, workshops. And then there are these crucial little notes like, hey, the monthly parent coffee meeting is on the second Tuesday. It's that level of detail that turns a boring list into a real-life tool you'll actually use.
As you start to build this directory, something really amazing starts to happen. You change. You go from being someone just trying to navigate a confusing system to becoming an empowered advocate who actually understands the landscape. That's the path forward.
And in the end, it all comes back to this. All that careful work of building a resource list, it isn't just about being organized. It's the foundation for a well-thought-out plan. And it's that plan that brings the security and, maybe most importantly, the peace of mind that every single parent is looking for.
The guide wraps up with this personal message from Candace, and it's just this really heartfelt wish that this tool does more than just give you information, that it actually lights up the path ahead and reminds you that you are part of a much bigger community that really gets it. So let's make this real. Let's end with one simple, concrete action. Thinking about what we just talked about, or maybe a local group you've already heard of, what's the very first resource you're going to add to your directory today?